AI, the hottest buzzword of 2024. Are there any useful applications for video editing? Today we're going to talk about upscaling. Stick around to find out if this is something you should be doing in the Edit Suite. AI in the Edit Suite has been around for a while. Think speech to text, auto reframing, object recognition tracking, and so on. Emerging as a new tool for editors has been the rise of AI upscaling. Now, upscaling has been around for a while. See the upscale effects in After Effects or selecting upscaling filters in Fusion and Nuke. The new trend on how to tackle upscaling is using AI models to enhance video images. Unlike traditional methods that try to extrapolate what extra pixels are based on mathematical models, AI upscaling takes a different approach. Let's first understand the classic ways of upscaling. Take a traditional upscaling method of nearest neighbor, a simple scaler that takes pixel color values and duplicates them to get the desired upscale resolution, or a more advanced traditional upscaler of bilinear interpolation. This one takes the averages of color data of an area to extrapolate similarly colored pixels. This works better on gradients than nearest neighbor, but takes more compute power. AI upscaling analyzes your image to recognize what is in your image, then uses the model to figure out what detail is missing. For example, trying to upscale a face from low resolution footage will cause the model to add detail typical in faces. The difference is that this is not detail mathematically extrapolated, but detail added from understanding what is in your image. By adding resolution, you create space to add more pixels, and those pixels can be intelligently informed by AI models of faces. Now that we understand how this is different from traditional scalers, let's take a look at the most popular application, Topaz AI. Topaz has been making their suite of products for a while. They have both video and photo-specific apps. Today we're going to look at the video app and see what results we can get. I have Topaz loaded with 3 clips of low-resolution footage. Let's take a look at the first one and zoom in. See the faces and how pixelated they are? Clearly missing detail. So much, the artifacting is apparent even at full frame. Now let's see what we can do to get more quality. First, I'm going to double the resolution, and then under enhancements, you get a few different options. Is your footage progressive or interlaced? The AI model used, and some additional parameters. You can think of the different models the same way you would select a traditional scaler, like bilinear or nearest neighbor. Each model has its strengths and weaknesses. I wouldn't say that there is any tried and tested rulebook on what model to use what and where just yet. Take the descriptions here as a rough guide. We're going to stick with Proteus and leave everything else on default. Next, I'm going to do a preview. You can select how long the preview is, in this case 2 seconds. The longer the preview, the longer it will take to render. And remember, everything in video AI is still very slow compared to any traditional processes. For reference, this machine is an M2 Max Studio, and for these settings, it's about triple real time. So 2 seconds of footage takes 6 seconds to render. If you're upscaling multiple tens of minutes at a time, keep in mind it will take a while, even on a powerful machine. Okay, render done. Note I am pausing the screen recording while it renders, as it won't render while the screen recorder is on. Note the detail on the face, noticeably better. Also see the polka dot pants. They look like actual dots now. On the other pants, we can see that the wrinkles are noticeably more wrinklier. In motion, this also looks fine. Zooming back out, the differences are less noticeable, but still there. Let's look at the second clip. In this clip, we have a much larger and clearer view of the face. Let's see what AI can do to help us. I'm going to double the resolution, and this time I'm going to select the model designed for faces. Now note, the viewer's flipped here for some reason. The original is on the right, and the upscaled one is on the left. We can see some improvements, but it's not super big. The face is sharper, but still feels soft, and it's almost like an anti-aliasing filter over an upscale. In motion, I would say it looks about the same. Let's go back to the first model, Proteus. This looks a lot better. Notice the teeth and the eyes. There are details there that no traditional upscaler would have ever found. In motion, this looks great too. I wanted to show this to prove how this can be a trial and error process. The best model isn't always obvious just yet, and you will spend time tinkering and playing around to find the best one for your footage. Looking at the rest of the shot, the faces in the background are also improved. The edges of the laptop, the coffee cup, the foot under the desk, they all look so much better. Okay, let's take a look at the last clip here. The face doesn't look too bad in this one, but the lines on the shirt are terrible. They are blending into each other and losing complete detail the closer we get to the buttons. The aliasing is really bad. This is normally a detail that traditional upscalers are really bad at trying to upscale. Let's see how AI does. I'm going to scale this one to 4x and render. Wow, look at that shirt. The amount of detail recovered in this is absolutely mind-blowing. The lines are perfect. This is a clear improvement. Looking at the face, it also looks better. Note the clearing up of the shape of the earring. Now, look at this reflection on the laptop. If we zoom in, we can see that this is supposed to be text on top of the graph. Not legible at all in the original. In the AI version, the text is clear though, and clear enough to read, but notice it looks like scribbles more than actual legible text. You'll need to be careful when using AI with text, as the AI will recreate clear but illegible scribbles. So, what are the conclusions here? Does it work? Yes. Can it be effective to enhance footage? Absolutely. It no doubt can make your footage look better, but the real question you need to ask is it worth the time? Is it worth the time to play around with the AI models, export, round trip from Premiere? Workflow-wise, say you have hours of bad footage, then the answer is probably no. Tying up a computer for a week to process this, your time to tweak it, it's probably just not worth it. A situation where this works is archive footage that you have a few minutes of sprinkled in your edit. Or in an interview-driven piece, one of your interviews had to be shot on a lower quality camera. So you use AI upscaling to match the quality to your main camera. Another common use case is on single camera shoots, where you need to make a zoomed-in B-cam angle. With an upscaler, your wide A-cam can now produce a decent B-cam style image. Without it being too noticeable, all you did was zoom in your A-cam. When considering using AI upscaling, think about the audience. If using AI will keep the audience immersed, then the answer is yes. Maybe you needed to use cell phone footage to get a tricky shot that you couldn't use your main camera for, but the quality of the main camera is way better. So instead of your audience noticing the quality drop, you can scale it with AI and less people might notice. I encourage you to play around with this and see what use cases you can find. If you have used Topaz before, let me know your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on AI tools in the Edit Suite. See you next time.